Welcome to the module on deliverables. At the end of this module, you'll be able to list the 3 deliverables associated with Youth Peer Mentoring Program benchmarks, summarize the required format for each of the deliverables, and explain indicators of success. Because VR's Youth Peer Mentoring Program is a specific service with targeted goals, the deliverables required for payment reflect service expectations. In order to receive timely benchmark payments, providers must complete the plan and mentor assignment, the monthly activities report, the final report with customer survey, and an invoice must be submitted with each deliverable. The invoice template will be provided to you with your youth peer mentoring application. Each deliverable has its own service fee and associated requirements, all of which we'll be discussing on the next slides. The first deliverable is the plan and mentor assignment. Because training costs for providers participating in the program will resume in 2019, the first deliverable takes into consideration the activities that go into selecting a mentor and pairing them with a customer. The signed referral agreeing to the requested services outlined by the counselor, along with the name of the assigned mentor, meets the first deliverable for a payment of $600. To complete the first deliverable and receive payment, the provider must accept the referral, have the Youth Peer Mentor Coordinator assign a mentor based on review of customer preferences, and sign and date the referral, return the referral along with an invoice to VR. The completed and signed referral form serves as the plan for services. No additional plan is required. It is important to note unsigned documents are not considered complete and will not be accepted. The next deliverables are the monthly activities reports. As a reminder, services are expected to last 2 to 6 months on average, so this deliverable is due on the last day of the month, which gives the counselor enough time to authorize additional hours for the next service month. If you begin activities in the middle of the first month of services, you may submit a partial monthly activities report for that month or submit it by the last day of the following month after you've completed a full month of services. To complete the monthly activities report, the mentor, not the mentor coordinator, should document all direct services provided to the VR customer. The documented activities must align with the allowable activities and must reference self-advocacy skill development and customer improvements as described on the referral. The Youth Peer Mentor Coordinator will review and submit the report. This report should be submitted no later than the last day of the month. The benchmark payment is $16.50 for each hour of service. Providers may bill for up to 1 hour within the month for planning self-advocacy activities when a customer fails to show for an appointment. On the screen is an image of the form with sample monthly activity report entries. Mentors should be sure to indicate on the monthly activities form the date, the service category that the activity is addressing, A, B, or C, and a few lines describing the activity. As a general rule of thumb, the mentor should describe the activity as it relates to the service category and what part the customer did on their own or with support to demonstrate how the customer is developing his self-advocacy and self-determination skills. The last deliverable is the final report with the customer survey. The final report is completed by the peer mentor coordinator. It is used to describe in detail the coordinator and mentor's efforts to provide the youth with the skills needed to self-advocate in a self-determined manner. It should identify the goals and achievements of the customer, summarize any barriers encountered, including solutions or resolution, and evaluate any further service needs. To help you include all the required information, a template will be provided. The provider should also have the customer complete the Youth Peer Mentoring Survey. This report, the completed survey, and invoice should be submitted together and no later than 30 days after the last day of service. The benchmark payment is $750. To complete the template, you'll begin by entering the customer's name and VR ID, original date of referral, date referral was accepted, and last date of direct service provided to the youth. Next, you'll answer the questions provided. The linkage between the services on the referral and the final outcome should be evident. The customer survey records the customer's opinion on youth peer mentoring as a VR service and whether it helped them learn to self-advocate. The survey is not used to evaluate individual provider performance. By the end of the service, the VR counselor should be able to see evidence that the customer increased their self-advocacy and self-determination skills. Some indicators of success are registration and use of community service organizations, inclusion on distribution lists, active participation in online groups, increased social participation, improved interpersonal skills, increased independence as evidenced by asking questions, scheduling meetings, being self-directed, increased knowledge of community supports and services available to people with disabilities. These are only examples, but illustrate that we expect to see tangible outcomes such as connecting the customer with services as well as demonstration of the customer's ability to advocate for himself to acquire the services and supports that he needs. In summary, the three deliverables for payment are the plan and mentor assignment, the monthly activities reports, and the final report with the customer survey. The completed review of services, preferences, and peer mentor assignment meets the requirements for the first deliverable. Monthly activity reports must be completed by the mentor and reviewed and submitted by the coordinator. When completing the final report template, make sure there's a clear link between the activities and desired outcome. Be sure to submit an invoice with each deliverable. Thank you for completing this VR Youth Peer Mentoring module. You should now be ready to take the associated test. To access the test, return to the Vendor Resources page on rehabworks.org and choose the test that corresponds with this training. Remember, you must complete all 5 modules and pass their associated tests before you can apply to deliver services. If you have questions, please contact VR Transition Youth at vr.fldoe.org.